A lot of people have been asking me for my thoughts on some of these great tragedies that we've seen happen, whether it's a shooting in Orlando or this recent incident in the south of France. And I've been in cities where this has happened in the past. I was in New York City for 9/11. I remember it very distinctly. I lived quite near Ground Zero. I was in London during the London bombings, and I know what it's like to be on the ground when things like this happen, and I know it can be very unpleasant and very terrifying, because that's their weapon, is using terror to try to change our behaviors. And so I remember distinctly the day after the London tube bombings, I got on the tube, and it wasn't the easiest thing to do, but for me, that was my protest, because I was pissed off, and I wasn't going to let someone else define my behavior based on their violent actions. And that's my response when these kind of things happen out there. I think we should be vigilant. I think we should look to see what happens and how we can prevent it. But I think the biggest victory is to continue living your life as you would have led it, and not let anyone alter your behavior. And that means if you got a trip planned to Paris, you go to Paris. If you got a trip planned to Belgium or the south of France, you go. And to also realize that while these tragedies are great, statistically, when it comes to the total number of deaths in the world every day, it's very small. And that's why I don't pay attention to plane tragedies as well. I continue to fly, because also statistically it's very safe. And it's still very safe for you to go on vacation or go out on the beach and all of those things. And so I try to use those two pieces to kind of balance the way I feel about this. But look, when it comes to terrorism, the quote-unquote lone wolf attack, where one or two people act on their own, it's unpreventable. And I think the law enforcement has done a very good job when it comes to multiple person or planned attacks, and stopping most of those for the past 20 years. And I commend them for that. But when it comes to these lone wolf attacks, there's not a lot you can do about it. And human brains can get twisted up to do things that are irrational or completely unhuman. And we're going to have to accept that that's a possibility going forward for a long time. And tragedies will happen, and I hope you're not a part of one, and I hope the people I love and care about aren't a part of one. But I love and care about everyone in this goddamn world, and so I don't like seeing this stuff, because I think we're better as humans when it comes to using violence to get our means. I just don't think it's necessary. So my heart goes out to the people involved. Looking at these bodies on the road in Nice is not a nice thing. And like I said, I lost people in 9/11. I was on the ground in New York City when it smelled like jet fuel and dead bodies for months afterwards, and it was horrible, and it messed everybody's head up for a while. But also, it made us stronger, and we were just like, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen on our watch. And New Yorkers and Americans really got together, and I was proud to be one of those people. And again, proud to be one of those Londoners to do the same here, where we just got back to work. And that was one of the things I was so impressed with Britain and Londoners, is that the next day they went back to work, man, because they've done this, they've gone through this, they've been bombed in 1940, they know how to deal with hardship. And so I was really impressed how the Britons behaved, and I'm proud to call myself one as well. So all I can say is, again, my heart goes out to the families that have lost, but to the rest of us, let's keep pushing forward, let's keep fighting, let's live our lives, no matter what anyone thinks they can try to do to derail it or change our state of mind, because they can't and they won't. And that's it. We'll see you at London Real.